UFOs Part 2: Unidentified Flying Objects or Unearthed Foreign Objects. In the previous video, I went over the basics of UFOs and mainly discussed the cigar-shaped crafts that have been widely seen throughout our realm. In this video, I will cover other types of crafts and more connections to the old world, as well as specific secret Space Force technology that has been hidden from us but is widely used when the eyes of the general public are not watching them. So here are some flying saucer type things. The more we get into this research and the more we look, the more we find. Now, that could also be from the artificial intelligence that is generating these types of images, but these flying saucers have been seen and reported since the 40s, even in the 50s, and that's when this Operation Paperclip takes place, where they fully understand the technology. The technology is exchanged in order for, to keep the people asleep and to service the controllers as a slave force. But if you can imagine the types of technology that may be on the other side of the ice wall or in hidden lands or hollow earth or outer space, whatever kind of your reality is and what you believe, these types of technology can be vast and widespread. Here's a diamond shaped craft. I mean, there's lots of videos when you start looking, and a lot of these UFOs disguise themselves as clouds and within storms. It's almost like when these UFOs appear in an area, it gets cloudy and the weather turns bad and it causes lightning because they're almost charging up or they're doing some sort of interdimensional travel through the power of the lightning. We all remember what happened in Back to the Future movie where the DeLorean gets struck by lightning and it opens up a portal in time and they slip through. Same type of thing. They generate enough electricity through the atmosphere, causing a rift, and they can then travel through these fissures that are created when the lightning strikes. Here's multiple pictures. This is the Gulf Breeze sighting where a craft lands and they take lots of pictures of it. There's multiple types of UFO sightings and saucers and discs. These could all be vessels from across the ice wall or wherever they come from. But the more you look back in the 50s, they were going to start disclosing all this stuff. And then they decided against that, and that's when we just doubled down on the oil and gas type technology. And none of this secretive electromagnetism or any of this stuff is allowed to be seen, and it's all hidden from the public. But there are numerous types of these UFOs. A lot of them are seen, and when they are seen, the United States military steps in and escorts them to wherever they are going, whether that be an underground base or a secret facility or whatever it might be. But mainly, it makes more sense that these are visitors from other lands who are getting, escorted so that the general public does not see them and make contact. Here we're getting into these triangle shaped craft, and this connects with the TR-3B, which I'll discuss in a minute. But this is a back engineered craft from old world technology used to generate an anti gravitic type of levitation, and it can go at speeds that far exceed what we're used to or what we are aware of. Here are some UFO type craft. A lot of these were being built and manufactured by the Nazis in World War II, and many of these craft were given to the Nazis by these extraterrestrials, whether it be the lizard people or the Vril or the Greys or the Nordic beings or whatever kind of beings that are on the other side of this our realm. gave them all this technology to back engineer and then remanufacture. And this also connects to the Roswell crash, which was after Operation Paperclip and Operation High Jump, where they supposedly sent a convoy in a massive battle fleet to the edge of this ice wall to recover, uh, some say gold stolen by the German population. Some say it was just to hide evidence and get rid of the population that escaped. But then this Roswell crash happened, and that completely diverted all attention from the Antarctic area, and the Antarctic Treaty was signed to keep people from exploring and understanding what may be on the other side of this ice wall. But some of these UFOs are very odd and don't configure to any kind of known propulsion or anything like that. They're very out of this world and interesting when you start looking into this and you put this amount of information together and you see the types of craft that are back engineered. You can almost tell what's back engineered, what is. Some say that these craft are grown or 3D printed or a numerous ways that they have created these crafts or these vessels that are known to travel outside of our realm. Here's some more saucers. Now we're going to get into this TR-3B, which is a back engineered or almost, you could say, a back engineered from old world technology, or it's just the technology of the old world expanded on. And it's rumored that Nikola Tesla created one of these TR-3B with the three anti-gravitational waves generators, which can push and pull in any direction they want, and then the center one for levitation and also matter energy, transporting of cargo and people. That's how they beam people up, is a matter energy type of technology. But here can see a patent for this TR-3B, and it's rumored that Tesla invented or figured out how most of these craft work. It made one of these vessels with funding from several different groups and secret societies, and flew one of these vessels out of our realm and went to the other side of the ice wall and saw many secretive things on that journey. Now, here are some other. It's almost like this TR-3B is almost like an 80s type of vehicle. But then the further you get, you can see these vessels and how advanced they truly are. And it's so far out of anything that we have. But there are many pictures of this and types of these triangular craft with the four lights on the bottom, the one in each corner of the triangle and one in the center. So you could look up TR-3B on Google and find many different pictures of this. And this also gets into the military cover up, the deep underground military bases, the weapon systems used to basically what people think is these nuclear bombs and stuff are all caused by these triangular anti-gravity crafts. They can use direct energy weapons, they can use gravity pulses, and through a combination of a gravity type beam and a direct energy weapon, they can almost replicate what people would think is a nuclear blast and a massive resetting of civilizations, towns, cities, whatever. This was mainly the cause of these great fire resets were done by these types of direct energy weapons that are almost, they come with these UFO type crafts. Here's some more saucers. This one looks kind of like a Rick and Morty type of flying saucer. You never know. Do these crafts have two passengers, three passengers? It's also said that many of these crafts, they look like a small type of vessel. And then when you get inside of them, it rearranges your matter and it looks like a massive soccer stadium or football stadium on the inside because of the way the matter is rearranged when you're entering the vessel. Here's some more UFO type craft. Here are their orbs. There are many documented cases of people seeing these more and more and more, letting people know that these are widespread. Now, does this connect to the the Project Bluebeam or the Skybeam project, or are these the extraterrestrials from the old world who left and are trying to remake contact with certain people, groups, cities, towns, etc.? We don't know, but we do know that these things are becoming more and more widespread. Here is a video taken in the middle of the ocean by a submarine, and it is a massive, I mean, some of these UFOs are the size of football fields. They are huge. Some have been rumored to have been miles wide and just massive, but they they interact with these things a lot more than people want to believe. And you also have to assume that they are treated as if they're not friendly. But the more we understand about our government and who runs our government, the more we understand that our government is not friendly. Our government is responsible for enslaving humanity, enslaving people, killing them through war, harvesting them through debt. And we also know that we have this Zionist occupied government. There is a Jewish component to this UFO phenomenon and these type of demonic beings that these Zionist Jews, Satanists, that they communicate with these demonic entities or these lizard people or whatever you want to call it. And that is mainly who is running the government. Are these lizard people, these Vril? You can see a lot of these people when their eyes shift. The part three of this video, I might get into types of beings and sort of get into the lizard people and the fourth dimensional beings associated with these crafts and who might be piloting them. But it's very interesting when you understand that they shoot these vehicles and these objects down rather than trying to make contact with them. So they must know who they are, where they come from, and what they are doing within our realm. Now here is a flying saucer dropping an orb. And in the next couple pictures, you can see by the red arrows, these orbs are seen all the time. They're all seen and photographed, these orbs. Now, what are the purpose of these orbs? Are they probes? Are they something else? We don't know, but orbs are seen a lot when looking into this type of research and doing this research looking in further. Now, here is this Nazi bell device termed the Glock. What people don't understand is this is a type of engine that they would put into a UFO or some type of thing to cause it to get an anti-gravitational type effect. This also connects to the Philadelphia experiment, using one of these devices, turning and phasing matter inside of our reality and outside of our reality. They can float objects around. And here's a picture, if it's going to play, I hope it plays, of this type of Nazi bell thing in flight actually working. Yeah, see, you can see it lifting, and they turn this thing on, it lifts, it generates high voltage and causes it to lift. Here's another footage of this thing moving around, and I guess this kind of caused a lot of radiation, and that's why they don't use it much. But this is back engineered technology from the old world. If you are aware of or have looked into the Scenario Aero Club, this type of motor was written down and documented within the drawings of the Del Shao manuscript, which is how people understand and know about this Scenario Aero Club. I'll do another video on the Scenario Aero Club. It's very interesting stuff. And when you look at it out of context from what we know now of the old world and the pre reset, pre mud flood time period, it seems like it makes a lot more sense than these people were making UFOs in a time period where they have wagons and wagon trains going out. If people understood that during the 1820s, 1850s, and 1890s, these giant blocks, they had flying machines, anti gravity, uh, all different types of technology that was then hidden, re engineered, back engineered, and moved into secret space programs and breakaway civilizations. Here are some clouds that have been hiding as UFOs. And then you see this next picture, the Enterprise from Star Trek and this cloud formation. And they look very similar because of the way cloaking works and bending light around a vessel and also using clouds and things like that in order to hide themselves. Very interesting. I am going to draw this video to an end. I'm trying to get these videos a little bit shorter. Um, so the part three, the next video I'll try to do either one on the Scenario Aero Club, or I'll keep this going and do types of ETs, aliens, and demonic beings, and try to catalog some of the different types of beings that have been witnessed and are widely reported within these sightings. You can find me on Mud Fossil Research and Truth, Mud Fossil Truth and Research on Instagram. You can find me on Twitter in the box below. I'm on Rumble and BitChute at Modern American Gangster. You can find me on YouTube at Mud Fossil Research and Truth. I'm trying to tone these videos down so I can put them on all three platforms, but sometimes it's tricky when you want to talk about things that are going to get deleted. I just don't waste my time uploading to YouTube. But you can get my book, The Great Awakening, on lulu.com. The Great Awakening Unit 1, Timeline of Historical Events, where I basically break down and decode the timeline that we're given and show how it kind of doesn't make sense with all of the new evidence that's come to light. You can get the Great Awakening Unit 2 Continued Points of Study. Both of these individual units are in paperback. The Continued Points of Study focuses more on kind of conspiracy stuff and more far out there stuff that breaks away from the timeline. You can get both Unit 1 and Unit 2 in an ebook or a digital download, or you can get Unit 1 and Unit 2 and a paperback version together and really get into some of this alternative stuff. This book gives an alternative viewpoint on reality, what's going on, who's doing this, and what's going on to stop it. It's a great read. It's a good way to really dive into some of this information along with the videos I make, and you can look into this further by reading the book. I'm on Gab and Truth Social at Modern American Gangster. You can find me over there. I'm on Spotify and Apple Music. You can find my Modern American Gangster music on those platforms as well as Amazon Music. You can find me on YouTube at Modern American Gangster. I got all my music up there. You can find me on n1m.com at Modern American Gangster. I put the audio versions of these videos on there for people to just hit play and kind of go through it as one big chunk of information. So check it out over there. I just hit 60,000 plays. Pretty neat. I've got over 1,000 subscribers on that platform. And check it out. Listen to some stuff. You won't be let down. Good content over there. If you would like to donate, if you would like to request a specific video or get a shout out, you can hit me up on PayPal at mudfossil124875. Donations are accepted and appreciated. I try to use the money I get from donations to advertise on different platforms in order to push this content further and get more people awake to other possibilities of what's going on within our world, because the more people we wake up, the faster this great awakening can happen, and the faster we get to some type of a debt relief, Nasara type thing that will happen if we get enough people waking up and demand accountability from these controllers, and we get rid of these people that have been suppressing this technology and all these cures and all this stuff like that. So please like and subscribe, follow, leave any questions or comments below. Thank you for watching. I hope everybody has a great rest of the week and a good weekend coming up. That's it. That's the end. Hope everybody has a great time, and thank you for watching.